Hi guys, does anyone actually know what Donald Trump's economic plan or policy is all about? He thinks tariffs will drive down prices and deliver prosperity, clearly not knowing how they work. The president has said that he wants to deal with inflation, and imposing economic sanctions on imports from China, Europe, Mexico and Canada will achieve that. But anyone with even a rudimentary understanding of economics knows that that won't work. Trump has said that he'll use tariffs as a way to pressure Canada to stop the flow of drugs coming in from the north, and tariffs will force Mexico to stop the influx of migrants and asylum seekers coming in from the south. On Tuesday, tariffs were imposed on both countries, but within less than 24 hours, it seemed Trump, via his Commerce Secretary, was U-turning.
He's going to come out today angry that Americans are still being killed. Now, both the Mexicans and the Canadians were on the phone with me all day today trying to show that they'll do better. And the president's listening because he's very, very fair and very reasonable. So I think he's going to work something out with them. It's not going to be a pause, none of that pause stuff. But I think he's going to figure out, you do more and I'll meet you in the middle some way. And we're going to probably be announcing that tomorrow. So somewhere in the middle will likely be the outcome. The president moving with the Canadians and Mexicans, but not all the way.
Just to clarify, this is insane. So what he's trying to suggest here is that, look, Donald Trump imposed tariffs on Canada and on Mexico, and they were so frightened by that they were calling up the the Commerce Secretary here on the phone, calling him up, saying, please do something about this. Please help us. You're killing us. When in reality what happened was Canada and Mexico imposed their own tariffs. They imposed tariffs on imports from the United States. Now, the tariffs that Donald Trump imposed on imports from Canada and Mexico were having an immediate effect. There was a clip of a guy who sells trucks, sells 4x4s, and he explained how the price of these trucks went from $80,000 each to $100,000. So it's extremely difficult for him to continue to operate. That's the consequence of a tariff. So the components that are coming in, or the trucks coming in that are being sold in the US, are driving up the price of those trucks when they're being sold to the public. So the public are paying a higher price. Now, Canada and Mexico are doing the same thing. Now, Trump, what the hell is he up to? It's a clown show. He thinks, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to impose tariffs to get my way, or just to spin this as some sort of political victory. So as you can see here, the Commerce Secretary is saying, oh, they were calling me, and what we're going to do is we're going to come to some sort of deal. They're going to, for example, in Mexico, close the border or stop the flow of immigrants and asylum seekers. And in Canada, what they're going to do is they're going to stop the flow of fentanyl or other drugs coming into the United States. And we scored a victory here because we pressured both countries to do something about their respective borders. But in reality, that's not what happened. Trump imposed his tariffs and they imposed their own tariffs. And this is damaging both sides. It's affecting, of course, the Canadian economy, the Mexican economy, and of course the United States economy. The results are being seen straight away. But the people around Trump are probably just cheering him on. He actually thinks he scored some sort of victory here. There's no winning in a trade war. Now, it's possible that these economic sanctions, these tariffs will be lifted, but the damage has already been done because businesses in Canada or in Mexico are going to look elsewhere. They're going to look at the United States under Donald Trump and say, we can't do business with this country. Because if Donald Trump is going to impose tariffs one day and remove them the next, this creates instability. It's going to have an impact on investment into the United States as well. Donald Trump is creating chaos. Businesses prefer not to pay higher taxes or to have higher levels of bureaucracy or whatever, but they hate the idea of uncertainty. And Donald Trump represents a massive amount of uncertainty because we don't know what he means when he says he wants to impose X, Y, or Z. We don't know what he wants to achieve with these tariffs. These are economic tools that he's using as a political tool. He doesn't understand how a tariff works, even though he claims that he does. And you have these sycophants, these members of his administration, trying to spin it in another way. Once again, the damage has been done. Doesn't matter if Trump removes the tariff tomorrow. Businesses in both Canada and Mexico are going to be looking at this and saying, we can't work with the United States. We need to look for other markets, safer markets. And this is what we're going to see with the European Union. This is what we're going to see with China. This is what we're going to see with the United Kingdom. Donald Trump is not somebody you can do business with. He thinks he can get one over on you by using these tariffs. But all he's doing is he's damaging the US economy and driving people into the arms of his opponents. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.